Happy New Year, guys! 2021! I don't even, yeah, that was too much excitement. I feel like I'm doing all of this because I'm actually hoping for more freedom. POC people, but namely white people.
You must hate yourself. You must actually hate yourself.
And that's why you need to really know God for yourself, and you need to know what is really for you. There are thousands of people applying to the same course, but it was enough for me to completely question my entire purpose.
This will Charlie, he's on the phone.
You turn around, babe.
Let's hope this year will be a better one, people. So this is Natasha's Narrative. Welcome to Natasha's Narrative. If you haven't been on this channel before, and if you have, welcome back. So yeah, I'm filming this actually before New Year's, but by the time I release it, it'll probably be a New Year since. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. So in the spirit of that, I just thought that I would make a video kind of talking about resolutions, my kind of thoughts towards them, and really kind of answering the question, like, are New Year's resolutions really realistic at all? So let's just get into this video. My social media will be down below as per usual. Make sure to like, subscribe, share. You know the drill. Anyway, getting onto the video. So I decided to make this video because personally for me, I found that when I make these New Year's resolutions at the beginning of each year, I find it hard to keep to them. And I think there are a few reasons why, and I think this is something that quite a few of my friends also struggle with, so I thought I'd just kind of unpack it a little bit. So reason number one is I think my list is way too long. I'm talking like I put like 30 things on my New Year's resolution list, and it becomes so overwhelming that by the time you're scrolling through this list, you're just like, I don't even want to do any of it. Like, I'm just already put off by everything that is literally there. And, you know, I feel like sometimes when you try to do everything, as soon as you stop like one of those things, it's like a snowball effect, and then you start to like fail on everything else. So I would say if you're going to make a New Year's resolution list, or you have made one, I would say condense it. Condense it, make it shorter, make it something actually attainable. Because once you actually start to make, you know, resolutions that are, I hate to use the word unachievable, because I don't want people to feel like, you know, I shouldn't say like I'm gonna start. I shouldn't say that, oh, you know, this year I'm gonna lose like 50 pounds and stuff, because that stuff is, you know, it's a realistic goal. But I feel like when you have when you have too many goals and they're all really, really big things, it does become unattainable. And I think that's when people start to fail, and I think that's when people start to give up. So I would say number one, make sure that you condense the things that you're going to do. Number two, like literally like Nike says, just do it, honestly. Because the thing is with me, yeah, so like I've had like quite a tumultuous weight loss journey, I would say. Like, I lose the weight, I gain the weight, I lose the weight, I gain the weight. Like, at the moment, thank God, I've been kind of like at the same position now for a long time, but I do really want to get healthier. And I feel like for me, as soon as I kind of stop going to the gym, or I stop working out, like that's it. Like, you literally will see me like bang out gym. I'll be going like 3-4 times a week, going, and then as soon as I start to like take my foot off the take my foot off the pedal, so similar sort of pattern, I will just kind of stop going, and I find it really hard to kind of re-motivate myself to go. So, and I think one of the reasons for that is because I allow myself to talk myself out of going. Like, as soon as I kind of think like, oh, you know, the time's approaching to go to the gym, maybe I'll do this, maybe I'll do that. No, that's when everything fails. If you say that you're going to the gym at 3 p.m, leave at 3 p.m. Don't allow yourself to talk yourself out of it. And if you're one of those people who, even by the time it gets to the afternoon, you would have already decided not to go, then definitely as soon as you wake up, that's what I used to do at university sometimes. I would wake up and then just get myself ready to go to the gym and just go, because it wouldn't even allow myself to like think about it. By the time my brain actually processed what was going on, I was already halfway to the gym. There was nothing I could do about it. So that's what I'd say. Number two is definitely like, just do it. If you say you're going to do something, literally do it. And I think the best way to do that is kind of like to put it into some sort of diary type format. So this can be obviously really difficult, and I think if hopefully this year restrictions are lifted, people are going to be kind of focusing on, you know, going out, traveling, hanging out with friends, and it becomes harder then to kind of, you know, stick to that regimented day-by-day schedule. But I think sometimes even a weekly kind of schedule of being like, I have to go to the gym 4 times, like by force. If I'm doing language practice, for example, be like, I have to do 2 hours of language practice a week by force, like making sure that everything that you have to do is completed by that week, not allowing yourself to lag on to the next week. I think that's another issue, being like, oh, you know what, next week I'll do it, I'll catch up. You will never catch up. This is the lie that we tell ourselves, guys, that we're going to catch up. It doesn't actually happen. We just say that to make ourselves feel better. Honestly, it's just a lie. Stop doing it. Just do it. Just get it done. Just get it over and done with. Yo. Okay, so I would say, like, number 3, I think, is make a distinction between, like, your, like, bucket list, which is normally something that's a bit more kind of long term, and like resolutions that you actually want to kind of fulfill like within the year, or things that you want to start implementing within the year. This is again to do with just the quantity of things and just being able to kind of measure the importance of something, because realistically, like I said, it's so demotivating when you've got like a list of 30 items and you feel like you're doing well on 5. Wouldn't you rather have like a list of, you know, 10 and you know, like, okay, I'm doing really well on 8. Yeah, the other 2 I'm not doing as well as I should do, but I'm hitting most of my targets. Like, that's a much better percentage, yo. And like, I need to stop saying yo, I don't know who I am. But I feel like being able to make that distinguishment between things that are important in the long term that you want to fulfill and in the short term, like within the year, is so important in being able to make the goals more achievable. Number four, I would say, is have an accountability partner. And this is something that I'm probably gonna have for multiple areas of my life with certain friends. They just don't know it yet. The reason why I think having an accountability partner is so important is because there are going to be times, as per usual, where you just don't feel like doing what you're supposed to do. You don't feel like working out. You don't feel like, you know, putting in the extra mile on your YouTube or your podcast. You don't feel like writing that poetry that you said that you're going to do. You don't feel like making that time to educate yourself about the stock market. You don't feel like whatever it is, you just don't feel like doing it. And I feel like by having someone that can check in on you like once a month and be like, yo, how's it been going with the gym? Or how's it been going with like your finances? Or obviously it has to be someone trusted. Like, you don't want someone posting up on tweeting being like, my friend is broke, she's always spending all her money. Like, you don't need someone to expose you, yeah, but like having someone who actually can hold you accountable will actually make you kind of, yeah, or make you work towards that thing, because you have that kind of inner sense of guilt of like, I'm being watched. Someone like a big brother kind of thing, 1984, like, I'm being watched. I have to do what I'm supposed to do, otherwise, yeah, you just feel like rubbish if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, essentially. So I'd say definitely have an accountability partner. But yeah, just finally to kind of summarize, yeah, I do think that resolutions can be really helpful in terms of giving you aims and stuff to kind of fulfill in that year. However, like I said, if it's like too much or too many big resolutionary goals, I feel like it's just not attainable. And I think from what we've learned this year is definitely give yourself some slack. This year hasn't gone the way I think that anyone would have expected it to go, to be honest. And I think, yes, obviously you want to be kind of strict and regimented in your goals. At the same time, like, don't give yourself too much grief if you don't end up attaining what you wanted to attain, because that could actually end up setting you back so much further. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say about New Year's resolutions. I should actually start thinking about those soon. I feel like I've left it too late, as per usual. But yeah, I do think they can be helpful, but just don't stress yourself out too much, and don't list too many. So this is Natasha's narrative. Like I said, this is the end of this video. I hope that you guys found it helpful. Make sure to like, subscribe, share to your other friends if you find it helpful. And oh yeah, I almost forgot. So I'm doing a giveaway at 500 followers. So if you want to be involved in that, just make sure that you follow my account, make sure that you subscribe, and all the rest of the details of the competition will be on my Instagram account. So thank you guys for listening. I don't know why I'm looking around. Thank you guys for listening. This is Natasha's narrative. Have a great week, and I'll release some more content soon. Bye.